Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us tmosso@the1916company.com for purchase, pricing, and availability questions concerning this watch. Today, we discuss something that represents outstanding value and a substantial connection to independent horology at the highest level. From Fortis, this is the B-42 Flieger Black Chronograph Alarm, and it was a 2010 model year limited edition of 500 pieces in blackened steel. The original 1998 version of this mechanism was designed by independent watchmaking great Paul Gerber, who mated a alarm system to a Valjoux 7750 movement, and through the years it has been a frequent feature of the Fortis catalog, often the flagship offering throughout their range. And that's exactly what we have right here. Now, it's a big watch, though not necessarily in diameter. 42 millimeters in diameter. It is 17.6 millimeters thick, so that's pretty beefy. And then from lug tip to lug tip, 53.5 millimeters with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. It has a conforming strap which mates perfectly to the contours of the case as well as the lugs. And so you can see that that creates a little bit of flare. I can't pull the strap straight down out of the lugs, which is why I recommend you think of this as more of a 44 or a 45 millimeter watch, because between the thickness, the lug spacing from side to side, and then the stiffness of the strap, this really does wear more like a 44 or a 45. I'll let you decide whether I can wear this, but I'm going to recommend a 17 centimeter circumference wrist or larger to wear this well. My wrist, once more, is 16. And no, it will not fit underneath the dress cuff. The strap, like the watch, has strong tactical overtones. We've got a military olive drab textile with a monotone stitch. We have a little gusset in here to prevent gouging of the strap. The strap is primarily made of rubber, and you can see these little evacuations on the bottom, allowing the wrist to breathe, but also adding flexibility. We've got a matching Fortis branded black steel pin buckle, so pin buckles are great for quick adjustment. We've got a case that is meaty in every way. The lugs are blended into the case band, but you can see that they're angular. Everything here is a matte or satin finish. We have these substantial screws and bars fixing the strap to the case, so that's actually quite reassuring. When this was new, back in 2010, it cost something ridiculous like $12,000, $13,000, and so you want to know that that strap is not going to pull off of your very expensive watch and set it in free fall to the floor. So given that this at the time cost more than a Rolex Daytona, you would have been in good stead with this secure fitment of strap to case with screws and bars. Now, although it is 200 meters water resistant, it actually features a crown that will not screw down. You wind both the alarm power reserve and the time-telling power reserve with the crown. That's actually one of the best tactile sensations you get from this watch is this enormous diameter crown. It's a real pleasure to operate. Now, we've got shouldered chronograph pushers that feature satin patterns, and so they're relatively protected against accidental shearing. We've got a little on-off indicator for the alarm, and I'll demonstrate to you how the alarm works. Remember, you wind both the alarm barrel and the time-telling barrel by turning the crown in a clockwise direction. We have a stop seconds function. See, are we in the date change danger zone here? No, we were not. That's how the alarm works. We'll get back to that in a second. And then you can see we've got a little quick set for the date. So hacking seconds and a quick set date. Now, right here, I have the on-off trigger for the alarm. It's currently on. And when I'm in quick set mode, I can quick set the date, but when I turn in the opposite direction, I will set the alarm. You can feel it as much as you can hear it. So if you're in a really loud location like a ballpark or an airport or some sort of restaurant, you will be able to feel it on your wrist as much as you can hear it. Now by the way, we'll go back to that for a moment. You can see the striker on the reverse side and the gong. It has a classic Vulcain-like cricket rattle to it. Let's take a look at the loom. The loom is quite generous, and you'll appreciate the fact that you can set the alarm even in the dark. As the dial declares, this is a COSC Swiss chronometer, and the movement has been tested in 5 positions and at temperatures for 2 weeks by the exacting COSC. So over a period of 24 hours, this watch was tested to vary by no more than +6 seconds or -4 seconds. So a very high grade of Valjoux 7750 at the core of this watch. Now, one feature of every Valjoux 7750, and many of the drop-in replacements built to supplant it, is that it uses an oscillating pinion clutch, which is a super fine type of lateral clutch that frequently has absolutely no jump or extraneous movement when you start it up. This is in contrast to a conventional lateral clutch. A lot of folks don't give the 7750 credit for having that refined oscillating pinion, but it is something that it has always possessed and which has been seen on more and more high-end chronographs lately, from Richard Mille to Bethune FP Journe. The oscillating pinion allows you to keep a beautiful traditional lateral clutch, but still give you that seamless activation you would find with a vertical clutch. Black dial, anti-glare, high-vis, day or night, turn it all over. We have the Fortis combination of Gerber's alarm system and the Valjoux base. I'll do my best to show you the Valjoux base. It's hidden in there. And underneath, you can see we've got a chronometer certified 7750. Well, these are typically rated between 42 and 48 hours of power reserve. Fortis expressly rated this one at 50, so you get a little bit more than you expect. Unidirectional winding action. It's got the stop seconds, the quick set, 4 hertz beat rate, COSC, 5-position adjustment, alarm, oscillating pinion, and cam-based chronograph. This is a cam chronograph system, but a very well-tuned one that feels super crisp. This is probably the cheapest way to get into the world of AHCI-level watchmaking. It is a Paul Gerber as much as it is a Fortis, and it is also a limited edition in outstanding condition with all of the original DLC still present. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.